Robert in Denver. Robert.
How you doing, Norm?
Robert, is this our friend, the special Robert in Denver, Robert M?
Yeah, it sure is.
Robert, take 3 steps to the left. Your cell phone is a little edgy.
All right, can you hear me now?
It's like a Verizon commercial broke. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I wanted to call at first about another subject that you were talking about yesterday, but then when I tuned in today after leaving the doctor's office today, I changed my subject. Hoffman. I am so damn jealous of him. It's unbelievable. I wish I had the opportunity, and maybe I will have the opportunity to go out like he did. I mean, I have been trying like all get out to find the legal means of leaving here, and I can't. And I'm jealous. He didn't even get the damn needle out of his arm. That's beautiful. I wish that I can have that chance.
Robert, just so everybody's on the same page with us, you called us in early Denver in response to my saying that the right to end one's life when one's life has come to its end, but the body hasn't quite figured that part out, is a part of freedom and liberty. It's a part of everybody's individual rights, and nobody has any business saying when somebody else should be exiting this plane of existence. And you called in because you are near death. Your heart is giving out. The surgery to fix it is gruesome and brutal, and you've been a part of our show since. You don't want to get kicked out of your home, and your money is low. So we did a fundraiser for you and raised you some dough. My wife and I helped kick in a bunch, and there's still
appreciate it.
There's still a fundraising app for you, and I know you could use the dough. And I'm still getting people sending to our PO boxes money here and there. So I've got a check going out to you for $110. But I mean, there's a fundraising app for you on our Facebook page, and I thank you for doing the other apps that are now on our Facebook page. The how to listen in the car and all the other apps. That was very nice. And Robert, you have been trying to find a way to exit this world when your heart, is close to giving out and you're in a lot of pain, and the doctors won't help you, right? Because in Colorado, there's no Death with Dignity Act. Am I right?
Exactly. My doctor was almost in tears today, Norm, because he's helpless too, because I'm in Colorado. We don't have this right here. It's not fair. And so I got to find some other means. And it's nuts what I'm going through. And the pain that I'm going through the last few days, it's not right. And everybody's talking about what a shame how Hoffman died. But I guess after having 50 to 70 bags, he wasn't ready to die at the moment that he died. But he had to have something in his mind. I mean, it's just...
he had to know that he was risking death. I mean, he just had to.
Right. And I've always heard that heroin overdose is like a very nasty, nasty thing to deal with and not the way to go. But then that he read that, he never even got the darn needle out of his arm. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of that fact.
Well, you're going to have a really difficult time, Robert, when the end comes, because, you don't want to just be there when your heart just finally gives out. You want to end your life on your terms in advance, and you don't really have any good options because unlike Washington State, Oregon, and Montana, the 3 states with death with dignity laws, you basically have to resort to some homemade kind of remedy, or you have to leave the country or get some, I mean,
I have to break the law. I will have to die with an illegal means or act, which is totally insane. Why should I have to do anything illegal to end my life when it's time to go? It's crazy.
We euthanize dogs and cats and birds and rabbits and things every day. I mean, I've asked my vet. I've talked to my vet about it. I mean, my wife and I have cried countless tears when we have had to put our old animals to sleep. And I've talked to the vet and say, how do you do this every day, day in, day out? Animals you've treated for years. And his response is, Norm, A, it's part of the job, and B, I don't want these animals to suffer. I've treated them all these years when they were young and middle-aged. I don't want them to suffer, and I'm taking them out of their misery. And so the veterinarian is saying, hey, it's a humanitarian thing. Why is it that we can be humanitarian to our dogs and cats and rabbits and all these things, yet when it comes to us, there is some moralistic streak in America that says, no, you've got to wait till the bitter end because I say so. Robert, this is nuts, and you are unfortunately living with the outcome of that, the fallout from that. It's wrong.
And Norman, the way that you just put it is exactly the way it is. It's just insane that, we know what's coming. We're totally mentally confident. I can wrestle down any damn psychiatrist and he's going to agree with me. And yet I don't have the right to do what is actually proper. And I'm going to have to do what is improper, what is illegal, what a lot of people consider to be immoral. This is a choice. It's a choice of life. And I'm sorry if I keep on bringing this up, but it's just something that we as Americans have to have as a right, all of us, not just 4 or 5 states.
You're a courageous man. I mean, my hat is off to you for what you're going through. You've really touched our audience. I mean, people have sent you money to help keep you in your apartment while it is that you're living out your last month.
I really appreciate that.
And, look, I wish we could do this for everybody, but I know, Robert, that the day is coming. And, I know you're going to have to figure out some way. I mean, it's no way to jump off a roof or something. I mean, this is not right. This is just not right. So I don't know what to tell you. I can't really give you any advice because I don't know how to end one's life. I mean, it would be nice if Oregon and Washington and Montana and all these, the doctors there would be able to convince the other states, especially forward-thinking, enlightened states like Colorado has become, to say, look at here. You got people with cancer. You got people with AIDS. You got people with all kinds of diseases who are in agony, and they're near the end, and they know that the bitter end is going to be extremely bitter, and they don't want to do it. They want to just say a little bit in advance of that, I want to go, because that extra time means nothing. My body has given out on me. It gave me everything it got. Everybody's got to have a natural end. It's time to go. I mean, it's just insane. Robert, I got to run, but you can call us anytime. I really appreciate it. You're a courageous man, and my hat's off to you.
Norm, the one thing that you said, though, the point that you made, the extra time is not worth it without the quality.
Well, and that's really what we're talking about here is that, for most folks who are in this situation, it's a few weeks, it's several weeks, and those last few or several weeks are just agony. Robert, I really got to run. I'm way past time. The clock is against me, but I guess it's always against us. And in your case, I guess that's really no joke at all. Robert, you can always call us. That's Robert M. in Denver calling in. Check out our Facebook page, The Norman Goldman Show on Facebook. There is a little black square next to my face up there, which I guess is kind of appropriate. But anyway, there's a listen live button, and then right next to that, there's a couple of things called apps, and one of them is the Robert M. app, if you want to check it out and help the guy out so he doesn't get thrown out and die on the street, which would be like the worst of all.